onto it, but come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, 15, 20 years ago, you had an excuse for being asleep, being ignorant. Now, there's no excuse.
I was more saying like specifically which one of the many crises we're sitting in.
Oh. I mean, even then.
You talking about Greenland or Greenland Gate?
Greenland is a provocative endeavor.
It gets the people going. Sorry.
Literally, it will get the people going. And already it's creating obviously some frictions between Europe and the US.
Yeah.
As if there wasn't enough already. But yeah, I feel honestly, it's one of those things that is very much like in the same vein of when Adolf Hitler said, "Oh, do you know what? Let me go invade Poland." Exactly. And how did that end up? And everyone got pissed. So it's one of those ones where obviously there's been a lot of backdoor talking and all this kind of shit. But I genuinely think we could end up in a third world war.
But at least Kanye West will be able to make a good tune about it.
Do you know?
He apologized.
I need to get on that.
Oh, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't apologize.
That is mad. I saw that and I was disappointed.
Yeah, me too, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
They got him again.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
Oh, actually, you know what we could have spoke about last week? I just realised we could have spoke about like how like Andrew Tate and all them man were in that club in Miami and stuff. We could have spoken about that. I just remember.
What happened?
Oh, did no one see that? That's when I blew up a bit.
Really supposed to be.
Yeah. Basically.
Oh, man threw a bag at He threw a bag at the booth and said play HH.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
And they recorded it.
I just so happened to be in a club with those songs being played.
That's crazy. But no, in terms of my week, it's been peak. Well, the last week it's been alright. I was in Bulgaria.
Exactly. Hey, so how was Bulgaria, guy?
You know, so I went to the southwest Bulgaria, which is fucking in a place called Borovets. And for some strange reason, well, the only reason I went there is because it's fucking the cheapest out of like France, Switzerland, Austria, all these places, like, by quite a considerable bit, like literally like a third of the price.
Okay.
So obviously went there. Was chill. Obviously, I ain't snowboarded before, skateboarded, but it's not really the same thing. But yeah, it was tough. I couldn't even. I was telling Jordan, I couldn't even sit on the slope.
How is it? How comes it? Just you've never done similar things to that?
No, I would slide down the slope.
Oh.
Everyone else, I don't know. The teacher probably set us up with that incline there, man, because everyone else could just perch on it, come on. And as soon as I went up there, I could barely even climb up there without like sinking down. I'm putting my foot into the snow and I'm just sliding back down. It's like an escalator going down and you're climbing up as well. Yeah, nah. Fucking first day dislocated my shoulder, relocated it while I was rolling on the ground. It's calm, man.
That's wild.
I can't lie, it's been a couple of times, but I caught a mad edge. I was probably doing like, I wasn't even doing that, going that fast, maybe like 20 miles an hour. Just a bit over. Caught an edge.
Do you ski?
I've done dry slope skiing, but that's it. So actually,
I don't know what that is.
like it's basically like imagine you just do it without any snow, but like what you did is like proper skiing. That's like you know what, you made it look like really idyllic. I didn't realize that you'd crashed basically, etc. Like and like well, like you said, it's just
my whole left side sprained my wrist, sprained my ankle, like
wow,
whole left side's fucked.
Okay,
but listen, I wasn't gonna miss out. The night ski was nice. It's nice.
You know what, actually, that's inspiring.
I would go again, 100%. At first, I was like, listen, I'm black. I don't need to be here. Really and truly.
Actually, that's what
I don't.
No. To be fair, that's what I was going to ask. Actually, what are the demographics of those who went with? It was all oil and ball, right? You're the only.
I saw one other black man in the 7-day span, and I clocked him from across the slope.
Like,
I was in one bar. He was in another bar. That's how deep it was. I was like, oh shit, is that a nigga? Went up to him, he's like, oh shit.
Hey.
He's out here telling me, yo, no, you're the third black person I seen. I was like, shit, no way. He's like, yeah, see two other people. I told him to describe them to me. He couldn't. I was like, it was a fugazi, bro. You didn't see them, bro. You didn't see them.
Wait, actually, what the obviously you're in like the fancier part of Bulgaria, but what are the Bulgarians kind of like and stuff in terms of like were they like, or were they like, oh yeah, calm?
I can't lie. I had to tell them a few times they need to act correct. This can't be the first time you've seen a black person. This can't be.
Don't tell me they were touching your hair and things.
No.
Oh, okay.
But they were like, every time I saw them, oh, Michael Jordan, Wiz Khalifa.
Mike Tyson.
Did they like throw basketballs?
I was like, bro, are you dumb?
It's the ring, innit?
Like, my man passed away more than 20 years ago. Bro. But
Bro, that's crazy, right?
But yeah, it's like, let's say for example, when I went to Southeast Asia, like there was low key the kind of racism stuff. I can't really call it racism. It was just racial ignorance.
Yeah.
But you could tell it was coming from a good place. So it was kind of like gave them a pass. But the Bulgarians, it's on the line. It's like they know what they're doing. Like, they're calling me Kobe and they're looking me in the eye. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? Bro? What are you gonna do about it?
They're begging you to react.
Yeah.
Hey, that's hilarious. Oh god.
But no. Apart from that, they're calm. There's a lot of Irish people up there. Bag of Irish people.
Is it? Oh,
Irish people.
Irish in
So many.
I'm sure it's not. You sure it's not the gypsy connection?
I don't know. But there's so many people. I was just like, why are there so many Irish people here? And everyone was like, oh, I don't know.
Why not, man? I guess islands will become expensive now.
But yeah, no, that was fun. So I was there for a week, and then back to this fucking shithole. Yeah, man.
The big smoke.
Yeah, man. This island's bad vibes, man. I've been telling people because how did I come from a place that was minus 10 degrees? It even got down to minus 15 degrees. Calm. I didn't get sick. I come back here, first day, I get sick, and I'm like, right.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's a good 10 degrees warmer here, but somehow I've still gotten sick. So yeah, again, must be the bad. Even my shoulder, it got all right by the end of the week. Came back in the country, fucking pain.
It's the 5G.
Yeah.
It might be there was 5G up there too, but I don't know. I think it's the bad vibes here, man. Even if you take out the 5G here, it'll still be bad vibes. But yeah, man, back at work, and then just fucking rinse me like a towel already, bro. It's peak. There's just so much stuff these man just didn't do. Like in the week I was there.
Oh, that's annoying. Oh, wait. So it wasn't even like no one carried for you at all when you were away.
Somehow we went backwards. It's not even like we stayed in the same place. Went backwards. Which is what I don't understand.
That's the worst thing about going on holiday, yeah, because you go like, okay, do I have competent people who can pick up the torch, yeah, right, and carry it? And like, if you come back and it's gone backwards, you're like, you may as well not go on holiday at all then.
No, it was peak. I was getting calls like nothing. Like it got to a point. At first, I wasn't picking them up because I was pissed. And then afterwards, I was like, you know what, you're gonna get charged for this. So I'm gonna pick up every call, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be like, yeah, what's up? I'm on leave. Like da. But yeah, man, this is what it is, man. 2026, we're back to grind mode. But honestly, I might quit the crew match. We'll see.
Oof. Tough times, man. UK yet again showing us it's not easy here. I want people to know. I want the international to know, innit?
No, these roads won't pay for a goal now.
Mm-hmm.
He promises that will.
And blood.
These roads are barely paved, bro.
They were paved 100 years ago, but since then they haven't been repaved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Bro, there are some places that I'm seeing in London that I'm like, yo, this could be Lagos. In terms of road quality,
Yeah.
I already know outside of London the roads are finished.
Yeah.
Finished. Some backwater town, like north of England, bro, gravel hasn't touched there in probably a decade, bro. I said, yeah, there used to be a road here, but they kicked it away.
We had to sell the road.
Bro, like...
See, actually, on that point, yeah, without going too deep into it, yeah, by the end of March, I'm going to be made redundant because my council, actually, fuck it, Lambeth, you guys are cunts. Yeah, exactly. No, like, you know what it is, yeah? It's like, basically, it's like certain councils try and be like really progressive and then try and put a lot of funding in things, especially after COVID. But then a few years later, they're like, yeah, we commit to too many things. So now we need to cut. Yeah. So now all the people that they hired, all the money they put into it, now they're like, psych, it's terminated contract. So yeah, I'm gonna be out of work by the end of March. But it's fine. I had an interview today. Hopefully, I'll get something. Maybe not. Maybe two. But yeah, overall, this country's finished basically. Yeah.
Oh, finished, bro.
It's the ongoing theme. Yeah. Oh, I should say as well, the borough with the second largest youth homeless population in the country, you're talking 6,000, is also Lambeth. So they've cut preventive services for youth homelessness. What do you think is going to happen to those numbers in a few years' time? But anyway,
They're just gonna eat them around.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, again, when there was a massive surge in austerity and homelessness, they didn't even bat an eye. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I saw it in the news that much.
Nope.
But I don't know if you remember, when the coalition Tory Lib Dem bullshit happened, and probably like a year after that, Stratford Mall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was the centre for homelessness.
Do you bro?
Yeah.
We used to skate and break dance there.
Yeah.
After that, locked off, bro.
Yeah, man.
Salvation Army every evening, and there's like a bag of man, at least 50 homeless people.
Yeah, man, it was crazy.
It was mad.
It was wild.
See,
They didn't care.
see, it's like, was that around 2012 or was that before? See, my theory is that 2012 and a few years afterwards was that last few years of like this country being good, and everything since then has been like just hanging on by a dear friend. But yeah. If you think about it, like every summer we've had, every year, it's like it's all right, but it's not as good as it was around that period. That I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't have that much vibes left, but they've definitely decreased.
They've been sucked out of the ether. The vibes. Oh man.
Actually, before this year, we were chatting about like rap and like how that might be coming to an end, or it might not be coming to an end because it's like it's been exhausted. But that's a whole different topic for perhaps another day.
Rap?
Yeah. Rap as a genre, in terms of like, I watched a video the other day where it explained about like rock. After like 50 years, it's gone through every single iteration it could possibly go, and now rap is kind of if you take out like Drake, Kendrick, and a handful of other people over the last like 5 years, you basically don't have much of a real genre. Like you don't have much. Like the top 40 is like all dominated by like crappy pop songs. Some of the pop songs I went through today were from like 2013 even, and like they even had like Purple Rain and like things like that. You're like, what? Like this is from like decades ago. Anyway, the point is that's a whole different kettle of fish. But the point is,
What you think it's time?
like, what?
I mean, it's not this. I feel the rap golden era. There was two rap golden eras.
Yeah.
There was the 90s. I was gonna say a specific year in the 90s, but I'm just gonna say the whole decade.
Yeah.
From like Wu-Tang Clan, NWA, all the way up to like even what's in there, like getting to like the singing rappers, your Ja Rules and everything like that. That was a golden age. That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
We ain't got that shit anymore, man. The source is gone. And then the second one, I personally was from like maybe like 2008 to 20. I'm gonna say I would say 16, but I could spread it to a little bit past that, so 2017.
But see, this is what I'm saying. All those rappers now, where are they? A lot of their careers either died out or like if you take out the rap beef from last year, and you take out Heil Hitler, what cutting edge song has there been in the last like
everyone
few
just
years?
wants to be all solo now. I think there's a whole shift towards like the ego where everyone kind of wants to be that person. No one kind of wants to be in someone else's shadow kind of thing. So you don't have a lot of groups anymore, bro. They used to be fucking Pro Era, Odd Future, Good Music, Young Money, fucking everyone was in a clique, bro. Everyone was in a clique. Now it's just everyone's just like, yeah, fuck you, I ain't gonna go jump on a feature kind of thing.
That's true. And a lot of guys from the rap are trying their hardest to sort of spin off and find something else to do. Like for example, I watched Marty Supreme the other day. That's got Tyler the Creator. He's got quite a fairly big role in the film. So but to be honest, he's always been on the thing where he's like, I don't want people to just refer to me as a rapper. And in his mind, it's kind of a derogatory thing where they look at you and they're like, oh yeah, you're just a rapper. So he's tried to find, and I think I kind of see it like the point you made. Outside of all the guys that were blowing in that period, between 2008, 2012, 2016, maybe 17. Who has taken the torch and
Yeah, what new person?
And one of the like, who you
other
say
than
is
like
the top-
maybe
is the top
Jack
seller?
Harlow, and even Jack Harlow.
Jack
Yeah,
Harlow?
no. But that's what I'm saying. No, even Jack Harlow. But I'm saying even him, he didn't compare to that era. But I can't think of any other name. What other name could you even say that's even semi? Like, what name could you say and people would be like, oh yeah, I know who that guy is.
Carti.
Just about, maybe, yeah, okay, maybe, just about.
In the UK, we don't really have guys like that.
No.
The UK, the guys
Since Stormzy and Dave,
I mean,
it's not really been one in like that.
There've been a few like there was a point where I thought the UK rap scene was like it was bubbling up again.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
A couple people like a couple years ago, I was like, okay, like there's a couple people dropping some stuff.
But when you say a couple years ago, like how many years?
No, literally like 2 years ago.
Is it?
Yeah, there's people like dropping some stuff from the UK.
No, who?
Since pandemic, I can't think any person.
Or maybe
That guy's dropping on Daily Ducky.
That's the Daily Ducky.
Yeah, man. Yes, came out of woodwork.
Oh well,
Everybody came back.
Everyone came back for a very maybe the summer.
Kano came back as well.
Yeah, Kano came back. Yeah.
But I think like I understand what the point that you're making.
Yeah.
With regards to like, there's no like. Okay.
It's more like nostalgia, isn't it? It's not like new people
if we bring
listening
the
to that shit.
conversation
Yeah.
to money, like are guys making money out of this? Is this a genuine path to any sort of wealth nowadays?
No, because they realize you make so much more money. I don't know, doing something like running a stream.
Yeah, that's facts. Streamers make more money than rappers, guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
The biggest
as soon as they
streamers-
hop on, that's just peace.
Even Drake is that's what he does now. He drops on streams.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, bro. Guys go to the yard and they stream with him.
Music industry.
It's finished.
By making easy money for people. So it's just like, why do I need to think and make music and all that kind of stuff when I could just
Jump on the stream and do madness.
yeah, exactly. Jump in the stream and do madness. I saw that Mizzy guy in Burger King today, bro.
Oh yeah, but wait, who's this music guy?
Remember
You guys mentioned
that black dude on who was going in, like he was doing the nonsense online? Well, he was going to
like
people's
breaking
yards.
into people's yards and all this kind of stuff.
Nah, so he was going to, like your front door might be open. He'll walk into your yard.
Oh,
and,
that guy.
That guy, yeah.
Okay.
He's a hack you, I think.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a one-time. I've not seen that guy since.
But he was on Piers Morgan, man.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
He was invited. Piers Morgan invited him, innit? So he
Piers
got-
Morgan is doing too much now. like, nah, he's doing too much.
Yeah, man.
How are you bringing?
But yeah, no.
Brought eyes to the show, innit?
On to the topics at hand.
Oh, damn.
Oh no! You know what? No, see, like about 5 minutes ago, I thought of a segue. I can't remember what the segue was. But I was like, I can figure a way to turn it back to this country's finished, something along the lines of this country's finished, and then also the politicians are finished. It's gonna do something like that, but I can't remember that.
Catch it, been a kill it.
Yeah.
Whole blood clot team.
Exactly. Yeah. Been the whole country. Still.
Alright, let's go
Yeah.
to topics.
Cool.
Yeah, go on.
So the topics for today are Andy Bernham and Suella Braverman. Exactly. Yeah. So which one of these lovely individuals do you want to start with? Actually, do you know any of this because you've been like out of the loop?
I have been. No, but I'll
Oh, you've been okay.
osmosis the information from you as you talk.
Oh, okay. So, for those who don't know, Andy Burnham beforehand, he was an MP many years ago. But then he ran in 2015 with like the leadership thing. Obviously, that was the one that Corbyn ended up winning. And since then, he was like background, but he kind of was like, alright, cool, I'm going to dip out for a few years, do my thing, be the mayor of Manchester, be the big man, everyone loves me, then I'm going to come back and stuff, right? So that was his long-term game plan. And he's done quite a good job in Manchester. People seem to have liked him. He seems to have like been the champion of the North and all that kind of stuff, right? So now, logically speaking, with Starmer dipping in the polls, not been too popular, people have been talking for a long time about maybe we should bring Andy Burnham in. Starmer and his machine basically said, computer said no. So now they blocked him. There was a by-election, he could have stood in it, and they said no. So what do we think about that? Is there any other points that people want to add to that? Or...
That, to me, it's wild because that's like imagine that, bro. Imagine you like a sovereign. Like you're just a guy. You're a guy.
It's an attack on democracy.
Precisely.
It's a mockery.
That was precisely my point. Like, this is a guy who was happy to get voted in. the time when the Conservative Party was had the worst performance of all time, and he got voted in. He's like, yeah, democracy put me. I'm here. I'm a democratic representative of the Labour Party. And now, any sort of dissent, any sort of we don't agree with you, and we're being loud about it, straight out, kicked out of the party.
Yeah.
There's no, and then now he's got if there was to be like a, let's say, to do a poll and you to ask the people of the country, do you think Andy Bernham should be allowed to be running in a by-election in a by-election as a Labour representative? I think the vast majority of people would be saying yes.
I've actually got I've screenshotted the polls and stuff.
Okay.
Like, so, good thing, bad thing, Keir Starmer to be replaced as Prime Minister. 47% of the country said yes, 26% said no.
That's cool.
Right? More Labour supporters than not said it would be a good thing to be replaced. So 38 to 36, right? So it's a little bit neck and neck, right? Going to talk about Andy Bernham. Andy Bernham has 34% versus 26% favourability versus Keir Starmer, 20% favourability, 71% unfavourable, right? Okay, talk about Labour voters, 54 for Andy Bernham, 13 against. Keir Starmer, sitting Prime Minister, Labour Prime Minister, 42 to 51. This is amongst Labour voters. So even amongst Labour voters, they prefer Andy Bernham by a country mile over fucking Keir Starmer, right? Most people think it's the wrong decision to stop him from running. Can't be bothered to like read his stats out, but like it should give you an indication that even Labour voters, only 16% think it was the right decision to cock block him in terms of getting that seat.
Who provided the statistics?
Oh, this is YouGov, by the way.
Oh,
You can check it out on YouGov. It came out, I think, today or yesterday. And again, cut long story short, Andy Bernham is by far the most popular Labour leader amongst the general public and also amongst Labour voters. So it's not even, by whatever measure you want to say, it doesn't make any sense unless you're trying to cock block him. With the Corbyn thing from many years ago, it was obvious you're trying to cock block that person, but at least you were trying to cock block them for ideological reasons, right? This is purely just a popularity contest, right? Yeah. Do you have any thoughts on it?
But why did they block him? Oh, interestingly, the reason why they blocked him was because.
Wait, what the fuck was that noise? Like, oh,
So, someone asked whether they.
oh, is that? Okay, interesting. So what, the chat's not working right now? You're now the voice of the chat.
Oh no! I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just want to.
No, it's fine,
I believe that the reason.
No, I'll finish, yeah.
The reason given by the what is the governing body of the Labour Party was that he's going to cause unnecessary distractions within the current basically whatever work Keir Starmer's doing now. We don't want to distract from that. And we want to. It's weak, you know. It's just weakness. It's Keir Starmer through and through. Just nonsense, weak, just rubbish, trash. And so, it doesn't surprise me, given his kind of comments over everything that Trump has been doing recently. Keir Starmer hasn't been able to give any kind of strong retorts. Not that I expect him to, because he's a wet done. He's just Keir Starmer. He's just any guy. But I wouldn't expect him to talk about any kind of. I wouldn't expect him to, like over the last few weeks. He hasn't spoken about democracy. He hasn't spoken about what Trump is doing is an affront to our way of life or this and that. None of that. It's all Trump might be wrong or Trump is wrong in what he's doing. No explanations or nothing. And this is exactly what I expect from somebody who actually at his core does not respect democracy. Because I think that's what we're seeing now. Yeah.
What, from Starmer or
no? Starmer Trump of course.
Oh yeah,
But Starmer as well. Like Starmer as well is looking like somebody more and more looking like somebody who doesn't respect democracy.
Like see Starmer, he's the reason why hotel rooms have got chairs in them. I'll leave it like that. If those that know, they know. But yeah, does everyone understand? You understand?
I mean, it's good. That's quite big.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? It's like, yeah.
So yeah, he's obviously trying to consolidate power, basically, by blocking this.
I mean, that's
well, he's a waste man, so it won't work. So like, you can still be the leader of the Labour Party, but I guarantee in the next general election, Labour's going to lose.
Yeah. I can't even say he's a waste man. It's actually just waste man is waste.
He definitely gets waste man multiple times, bro.
Waste man.
You know what? He's such a waste man. He doesn't even belong on the waste man of the week.
He's got a whole
Because then at least that would make him a winner.
But can we deep this though? Like,
Yeah.
Can we actually see it? Sorry, Conservative Party. George Osborne, Theresa May, Boris Johnson, Rishi Sunak. Am I missing somebody?
Oh no!
All of these guys versus Keir Starmer. If we did an actual poll, like who is the most dislikable of all of these people, I got a bit of money on Keir.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be Bojo, but he's gonna be Keir's gonna be top 2.
Nah, niggas love some Boris Johnson.
I don't know why.
For some reason, people will love Boris Johnson. I don't listen.
Yeah,
but I feel
It's
in
their own.
hindsight, I feel people's opinions on him probably change.
I hope so, bro.
Boris Johnson.
Why?
Back in the day, because I feel, well, again, same thing with Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak probably wasn't really that well liked at the time. No one really voted for him, but I think in hindsight, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, that was a waste of time." Like he'd be lower on the poll list. I think anyway.
When you say in history, maybe in the history books they'll talk about Boris Johnson in a derogatory way, but if you ask people, like if you go to walk on the street, go to Hampstead and walk on the street, ask people about Boris Johnson. Oh yeah, I think we should come back.
Yeah.
Run it back,
Yeah,
run
run
back,
it back.
But let's
Like
not
the COVID parties.
let's not get too sidetracked. The point is, I believe in how long's Keir Starmer been the Prime Minister? A year?
Only since 2024, isn't it? Yeah.
So a year and a bit.
Year and a half. Yeah.
And already he has the
He's
public are against him.
fumbled it, bro.
He's fumbled
He's
everything.
got no juice.
Yeah, because you know what it is as well. Yeah, like see the thing is, yeah, even with Bojo, yeah, right. He still had a certain segment of the Tory right who like just like dick riled him and stuff. Yeah, right. Whereas Keir Starmer, even most Labour Party voters don't like him. They never liked him, to be fair. He was a safe bet. He was a safe bet in 2024. It was like, okay, we need to get rid of the Tories. Let's just pick any random guy who looks somewhat presentable. No one ever rated him ever.
That's
no one
true.
ever backed him ever.
That's a
And now it's just like, oh, he's actually a waste man. And like Andy Burnham, I feel he's also just a waste man. But he's just not Keir Starmer right now. So I think personally, even if he somehow was able to be an MP and then became Prime Minister, I think he'd also just be the same because the Labour Party is just finished, in my opinion. But I don't know. Does anyone have a dissenting opinion to that? Or?
I feel like maybe it'll bring some more. It'll have an Obama kind of effect if they brought in an Andy Burnham, you know.
Oh, because at least he can be like, I'm a working class lad, and I'm from the north, and we're gonna bring things back. And
It'll bring like a different feeling, but again, I don't know how long that will last.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Andy Burnham. We're talking about Keir Starmer and like the fact of what the result of everything that he's been doing and what he's been doing, and it's just. It's not surprising. But it's very, like.
I mean, look, Labour Party's finished.
Yeah.
Being real, I'd maybe go as far as to say UK politics.
Oh, actually, see, your party. Apparently, I happened to because I was chatting to people at work today, and I looked at it. Apparently, that now has like the Corbyn party thing. Apparently, now that is now officially terminated. I think as of today, or they're like discussing terminating as of today. But
I told you, Corbyn couldn't keep up. She was moving too fast. Anyway,
no. But you know what? I feel that like see with Jack Palahniuk, yeah, right. Or was Zach. Thank you, Zach. See, I just remember whatever the fuck. But like, the point is, thank you for correcting though. I feel the Green Party is just gonna take up more and more. But I think you could see in a few years' time, and I've called it for a few years, Reform being the number one party and the Green Party being the number two.
Okay.
Because especially if you look at like where like the future of these movements are, the Tory Party, which we'll get onto a little bit later, the Tory Party is finished. And the Labour Party is finished. If you ask most younger people, even people our age, it's like Green Party or Reform. That seems to be where the energy is and stuff. Yeah. So I feel that like it's not impossible to see moving forwards. This is the future of. Because why would you vote for Labour at this point, or why would you vote for Conservative? Like, yeah.
In a way, I asked for this at some point. I was like, oh, we need to why?
Oh yeah, take over the Green Party. That was your.
No. I mean, yes, but what I mean by that is that in my mind, I was like, you need different kind of representation in it, and so we have, in a way, got it, but at what cost? Yeah, now we've got the Green Party, who's run by Zach Polanski, but his second in command is a devout Muslim guy. So I don't know how far these guys are going to go on LGBT rights and everything like that. And then you've got.
Is that something you're concerned about?
I'm not necessarily concerned, but I want to inform people. Like a lot of people are like Green Party, but they don't actually know like about the Green Party. So if Zach Polanski is the leader and he can run it how he wants to run it, then I'm just looking at it like they're not going to push back.
Obviously, there's too many contradictions within the party. Like, yeah,
it might not be the case that there's contradictions, but I'm looking at it like, can this run? Can my man support anyway? Can he support the same things that Polanski is supporting? I mean, I guess it's the same in Labour Party when Angela Rayner and Keir Starmer were. Like, Keir Starmer was there to kind of hold. I mean, Angela Rayner was there to kind of hold Keir Starmer to account in a way, sort of like, even though, I mean, not to say that she like, because I guess she was brought up working class, but not to say that she remained in that and she was still thinking like a working class. But I feel like she would stand up for the working class a lot more than Keir Starmer would.
That's true in theory, but I've not seen her stand up for the working class. I can't think of anyone. You know what it is actually? So even many years ago, as unbelievable as it will be for many viewers, I used to be like actual like Labour Party member, right? I used to be like go to the meetings, want to be a councillor, want to be an MP, them sort of things. Yeah, right. So the thing is, like during the whole Corbyn debacle, like especially like in 2016 when they tried to like oust him and stuff, right? I remember being like, Labour Party's like really weak. If you look at the Conservative Party, as soon as their leaders are not popular, as soon as they think that leader can't win a general election, they will be gone so fast, so quickly. He's
spinning.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, but the Labour Party, although they can see the car crash many years up ahead, same thing with Corbyn. They will keep running it until the election happens, and then the disaster will come, and that's when they'll be like, okay, we need to get rid of that guy. So Starmer, I don't think, and especially with this Bernham thing right now, I don't think we're gonna see a change in the leadership of the Labour Party between now and 2029.
Yeah, I can't see it.
That's my theory. Because if you're not even gonna allow Bernham and other centrists in,
I think this is by design. Labour is getting the NHS treatment. Where look, I think after COVID and everything, like obviously what happened. And I think with all that Partygate bullshit, the Tories' reputation was so trashed that if you just had a half decent candidate in Labour, you win the landslide.
If I was a Labour candidate, I probably would have won that landslide.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I could have rocked up there, and you know what I'm saying. I probably would have talked more sense than Keir Starmer, but I think they've obviously put him in there, and especially like the stances he took and everything. Like, because I think when he first came to power, he was also wishy-washy and all this kind of stuff, almost like a little puppeteer. People are just pulling his strings.
Like I remember his main thing was the whole like VAT on private school places. That was really what he was running at. Like that was his issue that he was. So imagine that's such a middle fence sitting. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's anti-wealthy, but how many people actually care about that kind of thing?
No,
I mean,
exactly.
my in-laws, some of my in-laws, like they cared about that. Was the deciding thing for them. Now they vote for Lib Dems, but I get it. They're very niche, super rich.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
but that was an indication. The way he's just been put in is, and I think basically the Labour Party didn't need to be in this situation. Like somehow I feel like the Labour Party has brought itself into a relegation battle with the Tories, and they were above mid-table, like they were calm, but all of a sudden, it's almost like this new beginning. So you can basically, it's almost seeding a chance for you to reinvent the Tory party? Or would you look at that as a reform party? Or would you look at that as the same people that were in the Labour Party? I mean, in the Tory party. And it gives people don't think. They'll be like, oh yeah, it's the same people, but
somehow it'll be different.
But it's a different name, so like the motive's different. Like, no, but the bank account is the same, so you don't understand.
Okay, no. So I feel like now it's time to switch topic, because I feel like we said everything about Labour Party. I don't think there's anything else to say about
It's finished. Along with the UK, period.
Okay, so with regards to the Conservative Party, you just had Suella, like last week we had Robert Jenrick, who had just left the party.
Jenrick.
Now we've got Suella Braverman, who's just left the Tory party, and she's joined Reform as well. So for you guys, what is that? Do you give her ratings, or like what for you? What is your initial feeling like or thought when you hear all these guys moving over to the other side of Reform?
What, personally?
Yeah.
They're just trying to reboot the thing, bruv. That's all it is. That's all it is. They've killed off Labour, so they can now reboot the thing.
Get out of here with that, man. Shit.
Man, I think it's sad because I think the people should be especially the people who are voting for Reform, are thinking, yeah, we've got Farage. It's gonna be different. But it's the same people who were in charge, well, not over the whole 14 years, but like over periods of that 14 years where the Tories did not much. They did nothing really. And so I think it's a bit disrespectful to the voters. They're looking at these like in order.
Prepare the next run.
Huh?
Prepare the next run.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like it's a bit disrespectful because of like, are the voters silly enough to not remember who Suella Braverman is and how she? Don't get me wrong. Like, there's reasons why there's always excuses as to why she wasn't able to do what she wanted to do. But she was there. She did nothing. Robert Jenrick was there. Did nothing. All these other people who have left the Tory party, Nadine Dorries and all these useless people. And I don't be too disrespectful to Suella because she managed to get herself in. She was prevalent in the media. But I feel like it's disrespectful to the Reform voters because it's like these are the same people you guys were voted for last time. And they did nothing, and now they're coming over to this new thing that you guys thought you had, and they're going to do the same nonsense that they did before. Like, how do you feel about it as a Reform voter? Do you feel like you're being slapped upside the head, or do you think, oh yeah, actually, you know what? Let her come back because even though they achieved nothing, I don't know, man. I feel like Reform, they should feel a bit disrespected, you know.
So again from you, Gov, yeah, like because so before coming in today, they talked about like former Conservative MPs joining Reform, right? And again, it was a bit of a coin toss in the sense of like if you look as the population as a whole, this has not been a big vote winner, but obviously half the country is like left wing, and therefore half the country is going to skew it anyway, whatever. So if you look at like people who actually vote either Conservative or Reform, it's a little bit split, but the general consensus is that it seems to be a positive thing amongst them, right? So 22% of Conservative voters think it's a positive thing compared to 13% who thinks it's a negative, and then 23% of Reform versus 17% of Reform thinks it's a negative. So the point is, it's like it still has got a bit of a up in the air, but like people are kind of edging more towards it's a net positive overall, right? But I think, actually, see, last week I kind of like was a bit harsh on all of them lot, and I think maybe on Reform absorbing a lot of these like ex-Tory people, right? So to play devil's advocate to that, I suppose the argument you could say, which is the argument which Suella made, right? So I watched her thing yesterday. She made the argument of like, it wasn't me. Is this true? Is this not true? But it wasn't me. It was the Tory deep state. It's all the establishment people there. They're the ones running it. They're the people cop blocking, etc., right? So if that's to be believed, and there's evidence to believe it, because these people cop block Brexit, they cop block every single thing, etc., etc.
But what's stopping them from following Suella to the Reform Party? If that's the case, like...
So the thing is, a lot of the Tories are what Thatcher would call wets, right? So these are people who are basically they're basically Lib Dems who just want power, right? Like kind of they don't actually care about conservatism at all. Yeah. They will just they'll ride that wave just to get power, right? And they don't care about anything else. So people like that, arguably, if the right of the Tory party all jump ship and now go to reform, then what's left of the Tory party could basically just merge with the Lib Dems, and then actually that would be a more honest reflection of UK politics and stuff, right? But as it is, I think this will probably dead off the Conservative Party in terms of, I don't think it has any future other than what I just said there in terms of like those people fucking off to the Lib Dems. But the thing is, I feel like the right of the Tory party going to reform, you could kind of make a bit of an argument for it in the sense of, yeah, I guess in some way, because Konstantin Kisin, yeah, right, he made the argument of like in the parliamentary
trigonometry guy.
Yeah, shout out to trigonometry, right? Arguably, you do need people with some parliamentary experience, with some cabinet experience. Yeah. Because when Farage is there, he doesn't have anyone at the moment. But now he has a former Home Secretary and a former whatever the fuck General was doing. Right. All them kind of people there. In theory, these people, they're not going to come and take over the party, but they're going to at least give you the bare bones. This is the argument. Whether I agree with it or not is neither here nor there. I think the country's fucked either way. I don't really care. Whatever. But I suppose that's just a counter to some arguments I was making last week.
And I wanted to be a little bit fair. Like on the single issue, let's say they are both supporters of the marriage issue of immigration. So, but yeah, Brian, do you have anything to add on that?
Well, again, it's just a reboot of the same thing. You've got Nigel Farage, where although was on his own thing with UKIP and everything, but got Deputy Leader now Richard Tice, former Conservative. Other co-founder Catherine Blakelock, basically racist, but let's say she has those.
That lady. Yeah.
Racial conservative tones in the back of her head, right? So it really is just fucking Tory light. They're trying to.
Okay, so how about this? How about this? If I put it like this, yeah. Remember we had Labour, we had the Conservatives. Everything else was like far left or far right. But really and truly, Labour of recent years and Tories of recent years were both central. They were both nothing. They weren't really. Like, it wasn't. They weren't trying to push any sort of.
They weren't on the extreme. Yeah. I won't say Tories were central. They were.
Okay. Let's not say. I mean, there were a lot of.
I'd argue they were left wing, yeah, but fair.
What's that?
You'd argue they were left wing.
I'd argue they're left wing, but we moved.
Okay, so you'd say they were right wing. You'd say they're left wing. Yeah. I personally think it was all in all central, and I feel like the Labour Party was the same, innit? So really, what's happened is it's been a correction with the bolstering of the Green Party and the re-mention of Reform and UKIP and all those parties. So all the people, like the point you made, all the actual right wing people have left the centre, which was the Conservative Party, gone to
the right wing.
Yeah, I've actually gone to the right wing. All the left wing people who are actually left wingers have left and gone to the Labour Party, and now everyone left who's still fairly central. And still on the sinking ships of the Tories and the Labour Party, like you say, it's either going to be Liberal Democrats, and they are the honest to God centre. Like they don't, really, like you say, they don't have any fundamental. Like it's just people who like it's just it's a certain kind of person that's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I like to say, the Lib Dems. You don't really know.
But that's interesting. The point you made about both parties ending up quite central.
Yeah.
How much of that do you think is by design?
I mean,
I got to put it on the table because you got to convince me it's not a conspiracy, bro. You need me to tell me both of them said, let's just move central at the same time and then make each other shit, so that all of a sudden right wing seems a bit better than it was before.
I think in order for them to work and in order for them to gain favor within the people and to sort of persuade the people, they kind of had to pull each other centrally. Like they couldn't be too far right, because if you're too far right, you're UKIP, you're with Nick Griffin and them. You're too far left, you're with those batty boys over there. Like it's like you had to. I feel like it was kind of a. I don't think it was done on purpose. Innit? Me personally, I feel like that was more like a result of years and years of not trying to be like them, but still trying to like each. They were kind of pulling. They were pulling themselves. Like imagine after Tony Blair, we had New Labour, Shukati Muna, it's still the guys in charge now. All these kind of people, you can't call these people Labour, but these are not Labour. These are not these are not Labour of old. These are not people who are concerned with the workers and the workers. They're not interested.
What was your opinion on Gordon Brown?
Gordon Brown he was a calm economist. Economist. He was calm. Like, he was a calm guy. Like, I don't think he was. He's a Scottish guy, so I'd say he could be for the work. But I don't think he was explicitly out here championing like a George Galloway for the normal guy. You know what I'm saying? There, I would say he was just like someone who wanted to do his job and didn't want the country to go to shit. I think that's what he was.
That's the bare minimum of what you should be doing as leader.
But that's what I think that's what he was on, isn't it? Like, he's just like, can we just not make sure that this place doesn't fuck up? But so yeah, I feel like now everyone can really show their true colours, and it's not there's no stigma attached to going to the far right or going to the far left now.
Well, you know what?
Far right, but
well, you know what? No. To be fair, so the difference I would say is that we've not had a actual Conservative Prime Minister since Margaret Thatcher, right? And therefore, so the left and right in politics tend to be different, right? Which is that if the right actually stands on principles and actually runs on a conservative platform, it tends to do well. If the left stands on actual socialist principles, it tends to flop in election. Again, whether it's right or wrongly, I think the record of the last 70 years seems to bear that out. Okay. Which is whenever conservative government is a bit flip-floppy and stuff, it doesn't engage its voters. It doesn't rally the base and stuff, right? So what I would argue is even with reform will kind of get over the line because they can trick people to think that they're right wing. Yeah. But actually, in many ways, they're left wing. They're slightly to the right of the Conservative Party, which isn't really saying much. I would say for someone who's actually right wing, it's funny actually because someone who what's the joke we say about those who aren't here and whatever? Basically, someone who's not here anymore. They did post in the group chat talking about Thatcher. I think Thatcher would be looking at reform, being like, "You guys are a bit wet, to be honest." To be honest, yeah. I mean, you're better than nothing, but you're still quite wet, to be honest. Yeah. So
as far as we look at the single issue, they are far right. And
what's far right? I don't know what's far right. The fact they talk about the issue doesn't mean that they're going to do anything about it.
But the point I'm saying,
compared to Thatcher actually did things about issues.
This is what I'm saying. According to what the media would have you believe, that reform, according to I'm talking about the single issue of immigration. I'm not talking about economics or society. I'm just talking about but the single issue, they would be considered far right, and the Green Party would be considered the opposite, the far left. And I think that's really as far right as far right and as far left, or maybe not the Green Party, but definitely for the Reform Party, that's really as far right as they go.
But the thing is though, under Thatcher, as an example, we didn't just have one in, one out migration. We had negative migration for most of the Thatcher years, in terms of more, even in those days where migration was a tiny issue, right? You had more people leaving the country each year than actually immigrating in most of the years that in quite a lot of the years that she was the Prime Minister. So the point is, it's so even someone like Thatcher, if you copy and pasted her from that era to this era, people would be like, oh my God, you're so far right. And so it's no, this is just how things were before 1997. This is how. But Blair has fucked this country up so much that people don't even know what left and right really is anymore.
I don't disagree. But why were people essing up when Thatcher was the?
Because this is the normal thing, the normal thing was that people went off to Australia, people went to Canada, etc., etc. You didn't have much immigration, and so people in England
when they tightened down, not immigration.
Exactly.
Made it a lot harder, genuinely.
Exactly. Post Windrush, right? So from pretty much the late 60s, early 70s, until 1997, it was a low point of immigration. You could get in, but you had to jump through a lot of hoops in order to get in. So that was the norm that we had for several decades, right? Yeah. So that's not far right wing. That was just what it was. That was the norm before 1997. Yeah. Once you get to 1997, each year ends up being net migration of 100,000. If the Conservative Party for many years ran on a platform of saying, "Oh, we'll bring it down to tens of thousands," i.e., below 100,000. Mm-hmm. They said it every single year and got elected on it every single year, and they never delivered on it. Yeah. But they they were so far off for even meeting that target, even taking it back to how things were before 1997. Like, it's kind of, you know what I mean? This is what I mean in terms of, like, a lot of the things we use of left wing, right wing are kind of meaningless terms, because when you actually put in any sort of even moderately historical context, you go like, these don't mean anything. All these people are left wing, in my opinion. So
okay.
It's not straight line. If anything, it's like an axis where there's certain elements, because you can both be left wing or right wing, but in like almost different ways.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out into like explaining that, but I think it's a bit more complicated than just a straight line graph. But in terms of like the whole, because you made a point about basically how if people align themselves more left, they wouldn't get any votes, and I feel a lot of that is to do with media manipulation. Reason being, I remember I was had like normal people at work in a construction site telling me about how Jeremy Corbyn is gonna give free internet to everyone and that's gonna send us into debt. And I'm like, the fact that you have been spun this lie to the point where free internet is now a negative, and this is the kind of stuff. Because again, back to if it's a rich person who's got a Lambo and all this kind of stuff, yeah, they don't need to pay for free internet. But a lot of you guys are being like, oh yeah, he's wasting money, and you just have to cut off your Disney Plus, you just have to cut off your Netflix. So what are you really doing? Yeah, I think that's the media for you as well. Like
yeah. Actually, not on that point yet, because by 2019, I was like a member of the Tory party and stuff, right? And I remember that campaigning in that election. We were in working class areas in like South London and stuff, yeah, like, and it was interesting when we were going round these council estates. On the door in that election, most people were talking about, oh, I can't believe it, he's trying to give away free Wi-Fi. Free Wi-Fi. Oh, it's crazy. Who could have voted for it? And it's true, actually. Yeah.
The Sun.
The
Daily Mail.
yeah, basically the Daily Star.
Even though I tend to agree with that point, it's also funny. It's like how the average person was spun by it.
I think British people, UK people. You might not like me to say this, but
it's not the first time, bro.
It's not the first time. I feel they're very vulnerable to being spun. For no reason. It's like, oh yeah, you know, everyone's wages are shit. These guys are striking. It's like, no. You should be mad at the people striking. yeah. Rather than the people.
Oh, you're striking.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's obviously ways to strike and not to strike. You know, if you're doing this Just Oil thing and you're going to Canning Town to lock it off, then none of these people can change what the fuck you're trying to protest. Protest. But I think at the same time there was sort of I don't know, elements where people just being spun, whether it's the mass hysteria, whether it's something. I feel a lot of British people, when we had the petrol crisis and the oil crisis and whatever, people couldn't afford to eat their houses and stuff like that. I didn't see anyone protesting. However, you talk about some migrant hotels and all of a sudden guys are taking days off work to come, and it's just they're so easily spun by the media. And I don't know why this country specifically is so vulnerable to this happening.
Do you know what it is? I just think it's the power that the media has in this country. Like the way that
it's like people don't want to critically think.
No. I hear what you're saying, innit? But I have to think about the situation. Like, one guy has been able to purchase so much of the media and just utilize it as his own kind of his own sort of, you know, like this is like the media that most of the people read comes from one person. Like one guy owns it. Yeah. So let's say the Sun. What papers does I'm talking about Rupert Murdoch at the News Corp.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So they run the narrative. Imagine Tony Blair was the only way he could have won that election is him linking up with Rupert Murdoch.
Yeah.
Like he would not have without the backing of the media. There's no way he would have come into power.
But the thing is, the things are like see like historically the reason for that in like the English speaking countries in particular is because historically go back 100 years, we were one of the first countries that like had mass voting for like the working class, right? Okay. So before 1918, working class people in the country couldn't vote, right? since that time, and then also like in America as well, with like the rise of media during that time as well. So you had Edward Bernays. Does anyone know about him?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Sigurd Freund's.
exactly, Sigmund Freud's
the
nephew and stuff. Yeah.
grandson?
So the thing is, it's like when you have a mass democracy, you, in order to control it, you need to be very, very good in a society, in a so-called free society, where you can't just beat people up or lock people up, etc., etc. You need to be very, very highly skilled at manipulating people. So the people running all of the media for the last 100 years in the Western societies, they know how to manipulate people. So you're saying about, oh yeah, there's a reason for that, because they know that most people don't really give that much of a shit. So if you give them a few talking points and scare them, you can steer the bewildered herd, as Edward Bernays called them. So yeah. So yeah. It's not nice, but just,
and I think
essentially
the UK has just been that's been happening to us.
Bananas. That's another example. I back Brexit, but those kind of arguments is what twang people.
Yeah,
immigration is what twang people. Yeah.
You know, I've already talked about how immigration is always used as a political arm to gain votes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with the UK, it's pretty much the same old story in a way. Yeah, I think what is there. I guess my question is, you know, I don't see that there being democracy in this country anymore. My faith in democracy is gone because I feel the public can now be so easily swayed through media agenda. What they want to be the talking point, they'll make sure is the talking point.
The point you just made about how when there was no riots when people were paying out the wazoo for their oil and for their energy, but as soon as they want to talk about migrant hotels, everyone's in the streets. These guys, Starmer has literally just blocked the north. Like most northern Labour voters would be voting for Bernham, and these guys, the Labour machine, have literally just blocked this guy from having any chance of becoming the Labour leader.
Yeah.
There's no one's on the strip fighting that. Guys are just like, oh well, okay.
Yeah.
Back to work, back to the coal mines.
Yeah.
Back to the coal mine.
Right wing is getting back in fashion, and all of the tropes that come with it, like the general consolidation of power and all of this. I don't want to say it's racism per se, but you know what I mean. The hatred on sort of immigration and that sort of mindset is now just becoming a bit more like normal. Like it's all right now to go outside your yard and paint St. George on someone else's door, because it's like that's where we're kind of getting into. And I don't even think it's just the UK. I think around the world you kind of see this kind of slow shift to this right wing bullshit, and it's just I don't know. This is another reason why I think we're gonna go to World War.
But okay, so you know what? I suppose to counter that without going too many different side tangents, Jay. Like I guess one could say that right. So for instance, you kind of said like right wing bullshit and stuff, right, which is fair enough. I suppose what one could say is that the public isn't fully informed, but it doesn't mean that they're completely misinformed. I think some of the things that on a base level they have concerns about are legitimate concerns. Do they know the ins and outs of it? No. Can they be fear-mongered into like worrying about things more than they perhaps need to? Yes. I don't think it can necessarily makes these things not concerns at all. Like I feel like you can still be concerned about XYZ without also being stampeded into things. That makes sense. I thought it was to do with like how you say how informed people are and stuff, and how you kind of judge that is a complex kind of thing anyway.
I think the ironic thing is people are more informed than they've ever been before.
No, on paper.
No, if you want to.
If you want to,
the opportunity is there to be informed.
Yeah. And I feel, again, I mean, look, we all studied fucking English. We know like emotive language.
Yeah.
Well, how and why it's used. A lot of like speeches, you have your like war speeches and stuff like that. They use like Churchill's speeches use a lot of emotive language to try and get people's emotions going. And once you get people's emotions going, they can bypass logic in spite of themselves. So I could even be like, do you know what? Yeah, vote for me. I'm gonna take away. I'm gonna still charge you NI. I'm still gonna increase your taxes, but like, I'll take away the immigrants for you, and then you'll be like that emotion will be like yeah. Like I know I'm gonna be worse off, but something in me feels that this is the right decision, and they're able to tap into that kind of stuff. You know, there's still people. I feel unfortunately, I don't mean to sound fucking stuck up, but I feel a lot of people are still fucking sleepwalking. A lot of people don't know that they bump up the Amazon prices, then cut them on Black Friday, so it's the same price anyway. People still spun.
Yeah.
Like, so when I you know, I don't not to like shit on some people, but I feel there's a lot of people that just, I don't want to say they can't. I feel they just make an active decision to not critically think because they can feel by their emotion, and that's what they believe in.
I mean, the thing is, what I would say, and maybe this is my own bias here, right? I would say that a lot of people on the right definitely do that, but I would say that a lot of people on the left, maybe majority, maybe most, also do that. Like in terms of like, if you actually, this is what I kind of say, like if you actually wanted to fix certain problems, you could fix certain problems without all the emotional kind of baggage that kind of comes with it. I mean, like if you look at like the thing with regard to let's cross the pond for a moment. All the things that are happening at the moment with like ICE and stuff, it's like okay, right, okay. On an emotional level, okay, it's horrible. People blah, blah, getting kicked out. Blah, blah. On a practical level, you go, okay, people have broken the law, and law enforcement are coming in to enforce the law, and you guys are stopping the law from being enforced. So if you look at that kind of like practical basis, it's like this is a open and shut case. Because you can add emotions to it, now the whole conversation ends up being like twisted in one different way, and maybe there should be more emotion into that argument. But I feel if you're talking about emotions, I feel like left and the right use emotional art. I would rather everyone just was autistic and stupid like me and just had purely rational arguments rather than emotional arguments. I feel like we'd be able to get somewhere. What we move, so
yeah, okay,
yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't really know exactly where to go from there, but
basically, make me king, and there will be no emotions. I'll just be purely.
No, I get what you mean, but
yeah.
obviously it's not really that's not real life. We can't.
It can be real life. Make me
unless
king.
Everybody becomes an AI, then we can do that. Then we can run that where no one's gonna get upset or mad or anything like that. There's not gonna be any emotions.
Listen, like I said at the end of last year, make me king. I will pay off all opposition. I will give everyone 60 grand every 3 years. Don't worry about it. I'll pay everyone off, and then I'm still pushing this agenda. I will be dictator by the end of it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you believe so, bro.
Kwame Amin. That's mine. Yeah.
I get this guy off, bro.
Kwame Bumbaye. Hey.
We're not going to spend too long on this one because
This time.
Actually,
what is the update? Because like, is it talking about like Ukraine and stuff, or Greenland, or what's
really? I guess it's the Greenland thing.
Yeah.
The whole.
The big tech bros got together a long time ago, started pushing legislation. Technocratic seat. What's it called? Freedom seat. A freedom seat. They're gonna have private seats for those who can afford it.
But it's too cold, bro. Why don't they just pick somewhere in the Cayman Islands?
Subterranean underfloor heating or whatever they're gonna do.
Yeah, they can do what they want.
Right, bro.
Maybe if they even just slap some data.
You know what? I'm gonna contradict most people. Yeah, right. I think Trump's a waste man because of what he's doing in Greenland. Right. The reason being is it takes people's eye off the ball of Iran.
But what if it was promised in 3,000 years?
What was promised 3,000 years ago is that Edom is meant to destroy Persia, but that's a whole different thing. Actually, that was 2,000 years ago that was predicted. But anyway, the point is, without getting into the weeds of that, the point is, Trump needs to destroy Iran. He needs to destroy Iran, and instead he's wasting time in Greenland. Who needs him to be in Greenland?
So that means, what you're saying is that he doesn't really want to destroy Iran. He's only doing it because
he's been a waste man. Like,
No. See, this is what I'm saying. Everyone thinks Trump's a waste man, but everyone's got different reasons as to why they think Trump is a waste man. I think Trump is a waste man because it's not necessarily because of what he does. It's the reason behind everything that he does. He does everything because in the moment he needs somebody's support. Who's supporting me? Can you back me in the situation? If you can back me right now, then I'll do whatever you want for you. He's a whore in a way, isn't it? And so like. A lot of people got excited when he was standing up for Israel, but that's not. I don't think that's Trump. I don't think like in his heart he's interested in that. It's more the fact that he had backing from the people from Israel, and that's why he was able to fight from Israel. But now,
even that's debatable because obviously, if you look at like the people he's bringing in to rule Gaza, that's incling Pakistan and a bunch of other.
I think that in itself
has nothing to do with.
Now you haven't gone away from my point. My point is at the time when he was doing everything he was doing with Israel, that was his task. The task wasn't about the Gaza people. That wasn't involved. This is a new thing.
Yeah.
Like now, my pocket's already been lined. Now, who's willing to put up the?
What you're saying in terms of like, so basically, he's a whore. He don't have any principles.
No, he don't care, bro. Right now, like.
Whoever's gonna bust
you gave me the piece. I'm good. I'm good now. You gave me the piece for that.
Busting it down.
Now, for this Gaza thing, who's got a piece for that thing now? Like, I know you gave me the piece for Israel before, but the money arrived, so I don't need to listen to it anymore. Now,
so if you man more like chip into it and stuff,
that's
you know what I respect. I don't like that, but I agree with that in terms of like that's the best breakdown I've ever heard actually.
Because I feel like a lot of people get emotionally charged about what Donald Trump does. Bro, listen, if you
said he's just a hoe.
Bro, he don't care, bro. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. You can see he doesn't care, bro. Man, like listen. There was a time in recent history where he was in trouble, and Miriam Adelson came, $150 million war chest. Trump said,
down,
limit that.
Yeah,
and before you know it, Israel had all the rights to defend themselves and all of that. After that, since then, no one said anything. Like that was his job. His job was to allow that stuff to happen. He got the money in his pocket. Now he wants new money in the pocket. So whoever's willing to provide the new money. If Adelson's willing to up it more,
actually, no, that's a great point. Yeah,
then maybe the Gaza peace thing cannot include any Pakistani people. Oh, yeah, go on.
That's a great point because like, up until like very very recently, all the kind of like pro-Israeli influencers I was watching, they were all like, yeah, Trump. Even the Greenland thing, they jumped on the wave. They're like, yeah. And now it's clear that like all the promises he made about Iran, he just threw Iran fully under the bus, and he's like, and now they're all kind of like. I'm disappointed that Donald Trump has. I don't understand why he's done this. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. He's just a hoe. But
he's just a hoe, bro.
Yeah.
The pockets were lined. You need to continue lining the pockets if you really want. If you really like, I feel like guys feel like they can buy Trump in it, but again, like I said, you don't care.
Yeah.
Like you can buy him in that moment, but you can't buy him for life. Once the money has arrived into the account, now bring the next transfer needs to come. You think he's gonna sit on that money? Bring the next transfer, and if you're not bringing the next transfer, somebody else will.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
So now this whole play with Greenland is basically he's like, I need a few more peace, and I'm tired of dealing with these Middle East people. Let me try and hustle for the Europeans now. So he's like, look, I'm not gonna take Greenland, but he needs to give me some peace. Throw me a bit. I feel like if the Europeans threw him some peace,
he would just
be like, cool.
It would have to be a lot of peace though.
Yeah.
Just because of the geopolitical position of Greenland.
Of course.
So they've got a base there already, and they've got a base in Iceland.
Okay, but
they're trying to increase NATO presence there as well.
But to the point that JV made, it was, I think the whole Greenland thing is definitely like it's a tech bro. He had a tech bro meeting, and they were like, and he was like, pockets are a bit low right now. Is there anything you guys need? Is there anything I can provide for you? Because I need a bag. So just and then they'll probably like, listen, you can stir up trouble over there. Right now, the game is we're trying to block China. Like what we're trying to do, we're trying to make it more difficult for China. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, Greenland, there's oil there. We don't want China there. Even though they already got military bases there. Like, nah, let's consolidate that, and then more money in the back pocket. Now this Greenland thing is done. We're just waiting for who's ready to put the money into his pocket. Maybe the tech bros are gonna come back with some more money and they're gonna expand that agenda that they're trying to do. But that's what it is. I think with Trump, you just need to wait and see where he goes, and then it will show who's put the money in his pocket.
See, that makes much more sense here because up to this point, I was chatting with my wife about this the other day. I was thinking, does Trump have ADHD because he can't stick on one topic for any? But that makes sense because like, see, like the first term, for instance, yeah, right. In terms of like people who are like, oh yeah, he's bought by Israel and stuff, yeah, right. Do you remember the first term? How many like neo-Nazi, anti-Semitic, this and that? He didn't say a fucking peep about that, bro. It's like, bro, like even though his daughter is literally married to a Jew and etc., he just be like, yeah, anyway, yeah, like, they were all bad. You're like, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, true. Because he felt like he needed to please those people.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he didn't need those people, you not heard a fucking peep from him. He don't care about them people at all. They could all just die tomorrow.
I think the first term he was very like people say he was moving like, he was very. I feel he was very like subdued in the way in terms of. I don't think he really understood. Or no, maybe he didn't understand at that point that he could really do what he wanted to. He could he could push the envelope however he wanted to. Most presidents are not like.
He's always beholden to them.
Exactly.
People.
Then you realize, shit, man, I need peace, bro.
Exactly, bro.
If you need something, I'll help you. But you tell him.
The twerking he was doing in his second term was
That's what I'm saying, bro.
crazy.
First time he didn't have the twerking skills, but during the whole Biden thing when he was going to court. Man learned how to twerk because he needed to. Man was on the pole. Man was in the Magic City, bro.
Actually, to be fair, because when you had like January the 6th and stuff, that was like the end of like and then after that he was like, okay, these people kind of flopped. They weren't able to give me. I don't need these people anymore, bro. Like fuck it, let me just twang a few other people, and then like
My pockets did nothing for me.
That's interesting. You're actually okay. See, this is why I love coming on this podcast. Yeah, like it's very cynical, but it helps me to re-evaluate how I view politics, and
I have to be cynical. I'm sorry. That's the stance I take because I don't trust nobody. I don't trust you motherfuckers, especially when you've got so much to gain. I've got so much to lose, and I don't know who you are. So I can't. I've got to be cynical. I've got to take whatever most cynical path you would probably take to self-serve yourself is likely what you're going to do.
And there's nobody who's more like that, like in recent history than Donald Trump.
Oh, then Donald Trump.
Yeah. That's like, he's the guy. Like man came from TV. Oh, fuck.
This is the thing. I thought when he first came on his first term, I was like, okay, like I can respect at least the bullishness.
Yeah.
But I thought it was always like Trump's way or the highway. But after all this twerking, I was like, bro,
he don't have a way, bro. His way is I need money. That's what it is, bro.
That's what it is.
I need to be back where I was before, bro. Like
I need properties. BBL just for the paycheck. Bro.
I need Trump Tower in Gaza. I need Trump Tower in Greenland. I need Trump Tower in Iran. That's what he's thinking about, bro.
The whole Gaza thing.
Oh yeah.
You remember when this first all happened, and I was like, what they're gonna do is clear it all out, redevelop it, and put oil on it.
Yeah.
And they've sold you this dream of New Gaza, this bullshit, And you see that presentation he gave, the very last slide, the very last photo, it was energy infrastructure and digital something. So they've tried to dilute it as much as possible, but I tell you, 1 billion%, 1 billion%, the main point is that energy infrastructure sector.
Yeah.
That is it. They couldn't give a fuck about everything else. Literally, they couldn't give a fuck.
Just give them money. Yeah.
Make it look like yeah. But guaranteed, all of that oil is going straight to Israel, bro. And like I said, I saw this happening years ago. Because again, it's the same. This is just the same kind of playbooks they've been doing to build military bases and build infrastructure all around the other places. Create this fucking fake bullshit war. Be like, oh wait, no, we're coming in to save the day.
Remember what you said about Eden as well? Like his daughter, his daughter married to Kushner.
Yeah,
she's married to a Jew, so that's his connection. That's his inroad. And Kushner he's an influence. I want to I don't want to preface it with anything. I want to say Kushner is a fairly influential person. Kushner. So he Trump is able anything Trump decides that he needs within that sphere. He can go straight to this guy and say, "Listen,
exactly,
bro, I heard this guy's interested to put. This guy wants to pay this. To make sure we get this deal done." And Kushner's the guy who are you guys aware that Jared Kushner? I'm doing Donald Trump. Are you guys aware that Jared Kushner has been doing a deal with the Arabs for building up Gaza?
Yes.
Thing.
To be fair, the right wing within Israel are very, very critical and have been critical of Kushner for a long, long time because they go, no, he's just serving Trump's interest and the Arabs' interest and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's just like his father-in-law. He just cares about the
he
bag.
wants the cash.
He don't care about Israel. Don't
Nah,
care about
bro.
Jews. Don't care. No one.
He want that money.
Exactly.
And you can see there's a lot of money on the
Exactly.
table, so he's not stepping away from that table.
No, exactly. So actually, yeah, to be fair, on that point, it's true. Like, America uses Israel when it's convenient as like a leverage kind of thing. Yeah, like, but yeah, it's true. They don't care at all. Like, yeah.
When it's convenient, when there's a bag to be made, yeah.
Yeah, that makes so much more sense here, because actually that's just a way better way of looking at it, because then that explains the sporadic kind of thing. 1 minute they're backing them, next minute they're not. With Biden, at least, it was like you knew where he was, like in terms of like he constantly was just on this certain, like every issue he was on a certain plane. Like you got, okay, for Ukraine he thinks this, for Gaza he thinks that, for that whatever. For Trump, 1 second to the next, you don't know what he really does. That makes a lot of sense. He just cares about money.
And even Joe Biden, his reign, like he was more focused on Ukraine than anything else because of Burisma, because of the work that his son was doing in Ukraine and the money that he was making. I don't know, like again, we can't prove that Joe Biden was involved, but like again, even for him, like
his son wouldn't have got that job without Joe Biden.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way. The guy's
It's not
a
Joe Schmo,
crack fiend. He just Anyway, but yeah. Man, so that's what I have to say about Trump. I don't think you should be. I don't think you should be surprised by anything he does. You should just kind of look at, okay, who benefits from what he's doing. Who's like that's the person who's put some money, who's put some bread into his account.
You know what? That makes, like, yeah, you know what? Actually, if all of a sudden he suddenly goes, I'm best friends with China. Yeah, we're gonna set up factories in China. We're gonna the Chinese have bought him at that point.
Why do you guys think that he pardoned the Binance guy? Like, Trump financed because Trump knows. Listen, there can't be any trail of money coming to me in dollars. So this guy, he's the guy that's created this whole platform. He can help me find a way to put my money in a place where guys cannot find. And you guys don't send me dollars. Send the money there.
So you're saying basically the whole thing of him running for president in 2015, 2016. Was all just be like, right, I could be running The Apprentice, but I could also just run the world. The first time round, I don't think he was looking at it. I think it's the second time round when these people came, when the Dems came for him. Oh,
and he was like, okay, no, maybe even the first time he might have been like, maybe I can do this, but he found it like I don't think he understood the mechanics.
He was coming
the
through
role.
like a bullish businessman. Where
Yeah.
And then these guys came back for him later on. He's like, okay, let me pack this game. You see what's gonna happen to you guys when I get back. I'm gonna pack this game and then
stay ski.
Yes, that's him, bro. The guy was there in court. He was sitting in court, like he's really trying to get me, trying to get me at this game. No, it's not, bro. It's not happening.
Watch now become president again, bitch.
That's what's driven. That's what
bitch.
that's what drives Trump. Like, that's what keeps him young. The anger that he has towards the Dems for coming after him, Jean Carroll and all that nonsense, Stormy Daniels and all that fuels him every day to wake up and take that bag from whoever's giving it. Listen, hey man, that guy, he's like me. I don't dislike Trump. And I don't dislike this. I don't dislike Trump. I don't hate Trump. I'm kind of indifferent about Trump because I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I know the mentality. He doesn't support. He's not for you. He's for you until somebody else brings the bag. Now he's for them.
That's it.
If you want to bring the bag, he'll be for you again, but bring the bag. And so I feel like it's not. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? To be fair, that makes so much more sense. In the sense of like, even like in terms of like when people have asked him, "Oh, who's your successor?" Yeah, right. People in the Republican Party going, "Oh, is it JD Vance or is it Marco Rubio?" Because obviously Marco Rubio is more pro-Israel and JD Vance is more critical. And it's like, "Oh, who?" And he's just like, I'm just like thinking, bitch, I don't care. If I'm able to, I'm gonna be president for life. I don't care who comes after me, bitch. Like, they're gonna do what I told them to anyway, bro. Who cares?
So yeah, man.
Well, no, he's still got that bit of a gangster vibe to him, but I don't know how much of it is because of the pocket.
No, it's because he knows now. If you want something done, you gotta bring money. You have to bring something to the table. Like, Trump will be like tariff. He can literally come to guys and be like, listen, we're not doing that anymore. If you want to do that, tariff. If you want to do that tariff, if you want to do that tariff, that's what he did.
Oh, please, Mr. President, don't do that. Yeah.
That's what he's on now. Like, and the reason he's doing it is because he knows he can do it.
But I still feel that's very short-minded thinking.
He's not gonna. He's 82 years old, bro. He don't
But
care.
all that's gonna happen is
He don't care.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
But all that's gonna happen is you're gonna do all of this. Other countries are gonna be like, all right, fair enough. We're doing all this trade wars. All that ends up doing is strengthening other countries' trade partners. No country says, "Oh, the US are charging us high tariffs." That means I need to get in even more. Like, I'm trying to get in even more. They're just like, all right, cool. And then all that does is you're feeding like a lower reliance on your economy.
Yeah.
You're basically just pushing people away. And in a world that's so connected now, bro, people can change supply chains so quickly.
I think he thought about that and he realized.
This is where they've chilled off with some of the tariffs.
Yeah,
they were like, oh, okay, no. If we're doing this,
Yeah.
we're gonna basically use our supply. Yeah.
Because he does backtrack a lot. Like he'll make threats and he does a lot of U-turns in it. But he's happy to talk hard and then be like, actually, by the way,
Yeah, you know what?
I take it back.
No, you know what? His pull-out game's hard. See, I had to do one gay joke in it. Yeah, like we had a sensible chat all this time. Had to ruin it, bro.
Nah. I mean, you could have left that at home. Really,
Actually, you know what? Yeah, it's like see when you're on like your holiday and stuff. Yeah, and I messaged you. I was like, oh, like I was gonna ruin like your wholesome holiday and stuff. Yeah, but I thought I'll just leave it.
No.
Yeah. I could have. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know what joke could have made.
I can't remember.
I was like, my brain was swirling. I was like, nah. I'm a little slide.
All I remember is that it was a reach, and you would have only made that joke if you really wanted to be gay. Like it's not one that was just on the floor. You walk past and you found, oh yeah, that's funny. You put a chair there, put another chair, and you reached, got on your tiptoes, and was like, yeah, because it didn't even make sense to me, bro. I was like, what? Like this doesn't even need to be gay. It's nowhere near gay. But there again, you made it.
Nah, I can't even. Yeah.
But yeah, for me, closing thoughts on Trump. I think.
Sorry, continue.
Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, he just came from another Trump tower. But yeah, I do think he's moving in, and I don't use this in like a Scarfacey kind of good mode. Yeah. But he's moving like a gangster, like with the whole, we're gonna put more NATO troops in Greenland.
But imagine being the president of the United States and realizing that guys are everything you tell us, you chat to the Prime Minister of the UK, chat to the Prime Minister of this country, the Prime Minister, you chat to them and they're just there like this. They're just there like, these guys like they can't retort to you. They can't chat to you. You know what I'm saying? They're just there like you're there talking to them. Listen, if you want to do this, they're just there like.
Yeah, it's gonna end up in another war, man.
Listen,
this guy's outrightly said, listen, we own Gaza now. Do you know how brazen that is? After all of the fucking bloodshed that's happened there in the past 2-3 years, just not even past 2-3 years, but it's been longer than that.
Remember, he's American as well. Like when it comes to war, he's not. He doesn't fear.
Yeah, like he's really stepping up to the.
Like no one.
I hear it. But at this point, you are starting to put a target on your back unnecessarily.
Americans need to learn to suss out who they're voting for, innit? Because I feel like a lot of guys didn't really get Trump when they voted for him. They're like, oh, Donald Trump.
I mean, they get spun. Same way as the UK,
media.
I swear both of us were buying toilet roll in the middle of the pandemic. No reason, bro.
Yeah.
No reason. That to you tells you everything, bro.
Same boat.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Mass hysteria.
Wait. Imagine if there was like a leader in this country. I don't think there would ever be a leader, but imagine a leader in this country who was so like Trump-like he'd even start hyping to America. Because Farage would never do it.
No.
Bunch of people. Imagine someone just fully nah, we are the best. We're Great Britain. Fuck everyone else. We're gonna put tariffs on you guys. etc. British Empire. What? Say, look at us again. We'll invade you, bro.
No, we don't have anyone bad enough in that field.
No, but imagine if someone just tried to act like that. They would get Little Man so hard.
They'll get JFK, bro.
They'll get you out of there with
so speed. With so much speed, bro. Yeah,
Yeah, today, gone tomorrow.
literally, and that's the frightening thing of where we live in right
Mhm.
now with this media control, with this political control. Like you don't even know what's real anymore, and even by the time you find out what's real, the guy's probably dead. Like,
That is if he died at all.
well, yeah, if he died at all, but he's gone. You know what I mean? Like they can make people quote unquote disappear.
Some guys even died twice.
Who, Epstein.
No, I was talking about that.
Oh.
Sorry, I just want to make an apology. Listen, this is how you know Trump is daddy. I just want to apologize to you, Donald Trump, for saying that I dislike you. I don't actually dislike you.
Relax.
No,
Because
no,
you leaned into that.
no,
You leaned into that.
no,
like
no.
the Undertaker.
Oh,
No.
I'm good. I was just scratching my back here. Like, I went to, yeah.
Okay, no, I just want to say like,
Timing was bad. Timing was bad.
Sus,
Yeah.
bro.
because I'm out here. I don't Trump. I don't dislike you. I'm just I see your tactics, and I'm very indifferent to what you're doing. And I'm not against you.
Yeah, everyone needs to bow down to the big D. See, because you made that joke, because you made that comment, yeah. Now I had to ruin it, bro.
I can't, man.
Lord have mercy. Oh my Lord. 80.
Actually, no, but real though, that is eye-opening about Trump. That's just my whole view on it. I don't know. I've said like multiple times, but I don't know why. Like this time here, it's like,
Nah,
going
I've said it.
down- wait.
I've never. I usually don't break it down in it because I kind of feel like it's. I when I was watching Trump the early doors, and I saw this guy's a comedian, bro. The way he's coming after some of these guys, like sleepy. What's it? Little Ben,
Yeah.
Sleepy Joe.
Yeah,
Big Ben.
What was his name about Hillary?
Oh,
Crooked Hillary. Yeah, I was like, this guy's funny because I actually like Donald Trump. I didn't know anything about his policies, but I was like, this guy's hilarious. Actually, I'm lucky I don't have to vote in it because I wouldn't want to have to vote for Donald Trump. But at the same time, I appreciate this guy's comedy, like the way you're putting this thing. But then it was the second time round there when I was like, he was gunning because I expect Trump to be gunning for himself.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was gunning he was gunning with Israel, I was like, okay, there's something there. There's something like.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah. I think the first term,
Yeah.
he did some moves like obviously shipping cattle to Jerusalem.
Yeah.
But by and large,
He got paid to do that. He got paid to do that as well.
Yeah. No, because when he first came in, it's like, oh, I'm gonna solve the Middle East. Like, thing, like, oh, gonna give a bunch of land to Palestinians. And I'm like, it's like, right, and then all of a sudden, like,
Yeah, so it's true actually. And never been consistent.
If someone will be his lifetime benefactor and keep shelling that bag, that crypto bag into his account, then they can continue controlling it. But until that,
wait, okay, so what's the theory about Russia and Ukraine? It's just like Russia. But sea guns are a bit too hard for Russia. That makes sense actually. Because Russia's got more bags, more potential. But if he peace with Russia, Russia will nice it.
in the future, if he wants to build Trump Tower Moscow, he would be like, you know what, you weren't doing too much there. I can see. Yeah, bro. Moscow Trump Tower. So yeah, Putin won't be opposed. That he won't be directly opposed to that.